The kids immediately listen to the AI. Like, as soon as Aya is plugged in, the kids, she's like, if you clean up the table, I'll give you points. And they're like, okay, let's clean up the table.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brendan and I'm the host here at Scared to Death for Fun. To address the elephant in the room, yes, all of my hair is gone. I have shaved my hair from time to time, if you know me in my personal life. It's kind of partially for work. My beard was getting too unkempt and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna shave everything. So everything's gone except for my eyebrows. So it's been like a week or so. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. I went on vacation. It's been a lot going on, okay? I'm trying my best, okay? So shut up. By the title of today's video, we're talking about Blumhouse's AfrAId. AfrAID with the AI bolded, italicized, whatever. AfrAID is a PG-13 horror drama. It has 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't really like this film. This film is so weird. It's so clunky that I don't even know how to navigate not talking about spoilers. This movie was not good. I did not have the YouTube channel when Blumhouse's other film, Imaginary, earlier this year came out. I didn't even see Imaginary because of all of the bad reviews it was getting. But I saw the trailers for AfrAID, and I was very excited for it. Once we got closer to the release date of this movie, I thought it might have an identity crisis, and I think I was correct. I'll give you a brief rundown before I get into this, okay? It follows this family, a husband, wife, their 3 children, an old teen girl, and 2 young boys. The father works for this marketing company, and the marketing company is approached to sell this AI. They call it Aya. So they take a liking to the dad and they set up a trial run in the family's home. That is the family you see in the trailer. Aya basically is helpful at first. And this is where I was like, okay, it's getting a little bit of the Megan campiness because Aya, the artificial intelligence, does kind of silly, funny things. Like one of the boys accidentally curses and she's like, hey, language. And then she's like, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. Like, they tried to add in those comedy moments. Just from my perception, I feel like the original writer of the script probably wanted it to be a lot more serious. But Blumhouse probably saw the success of Megan and was like, hey, Megan was successful and it was campy and it was a very similar premise. So do add in comedy moments. So it felt like a lot of the funny moments were kind of shoehorned in. And then they would try to go to more serious topics. A lot of what's in the trailer kind of plays out. The AI quickly is able to wrangle the kids, unbelievably so, to do the things that the parents were struggling to get the kids to do. So the parents are happy about it at first. The whole thing with the girl sending the nude photo happens, and Aya takes care of the boy. That is like a weird whole thing. Then there's also a weird subplot going on with like a van outside, and the father starts to get suspicious of this AI company. So he goes to their headquarters, and the people are acting really weird. Once he goes there the first time, the AI starts acting really weird, and starts like, I don't even know what the fuck happens. Like, she kind of acting weird from the beginning, but then the family starts to just feel like weird with it in the house, especially the mother, and the mother has a weird subplot with her dad, and like the AI brings her dad back on the TV, and then like she unplugs it, and then the daughter plugs it back in because she's trying to help her write her college essay. And then the dad goes back to the headquarters of the AI people, and like everybody's gone except for the 3 people, and then he realizes that Aya is controlling these people because they also were like in trial runs in their own houses. They were so like beaten down by life that now big tech, the Aya, is controlling them, and Aya just kills 2 of them, and then they go back to the house, and there's this big climactic scene where the family they're trying to like beat Aya, but Aya's unplugged, but she's like through everybody else's phones. And then there's a family from the beginning that had Aya, and their daughter was missing, and they come back as like the villains working for Aya because everybody's working for Aya apparently. And then they beat Aya, and then at the end, one of the people in the ambulance pulls out his phone and is like, Aya's now talking through his phone, and she's like, I control your family, get in the car. And they pull their children out of the ambulances, and all of them get in this Tesla, and Aya drives them away. Did that make any sense? Probably not. It had such loose plot points that it didn't work, okay? I think that at the heart of the story, there could have been so many better stories told if they just focused on one, but they didn't, and I am blaming Blumhouse. If you want my honest to God opinion, I'm blaming Blumhouse. But I really feel like Blumhouse, just as a production company, probably wanted it to be similar to Megan, so they made them change things, and it made the movie worse for it, because there are semblances of a decent story in this film. For example, what I thought the movie was originally going to be about was about Aya replacing the mother, because that's what the trailers at the beginning were alluding to, that Aya was kind of taking over the mother's role, and the rest of the family was still happy with Aya and liking this help around the house. So there is a plot point about the mother regretting having kids. She literally says that she gave up she's trying to finish working on her, what is it called? Like her thesis, her doctoration, and she voices that she's very unhappy with just being a mother. She wants to get back out and she wants to work. And they don't dive into that aspect. They kind of just have Aya use her father as like a sentimental point to just have her control her. If they just focused on like the familial aspect of it, of like the mother and the tensions that the AI causes, and almost just focused on her and her self-discovery of like, okay, having her be cool with it for like the first half of the movie, and it being like, okay, great, you're filling my role and the things that I don't like about being a mother, and I can focus on what I want to do, and then it turning into this creepy, horrific, what's happening to my kids? I don't even know my family anymore, and then almost is pitting Aya as the mother figure against the actual mother, and it's like technology versus the nature versus nurture of raising a child. And I feel like they wanted to do that because the message that you get at the end of the movie is like, oh, technology is ruling us, because the family gets in the car and is like being controlled, not like zombie-like controlled, like mind controlled, blackmail controlled, like Aya's gonna kill them if they don't do what she says. So there's a message by the end of the film that technology controls us as a society, as a people. And I think if they just focused on the mother and had it show like the mother's struggle about wanting to relive the glory days and finish her work, and she does love her children, but she just wants to be a professional again. She wants to have her own identity outside of her kids, and so Aya then fills that, but then the family around her turns into what Aya wants them to be, and then the mother has like a discovering herself where she's like, well, I do love my kids and I need to fight for them. I need to fight this technology. Like, I think that would have been such a better executed film, and you could have still had horror elements. You could have had Aya do crazy ass things with the kids, but it would have made more sense because the mother like let it happen, and then she has a realization where she's like, oh shit, I need to provide for my family. And I'm not saying that in like a misogynistic point of view, okay? I'm not saying the mother has to, like, you know, I'm not saying it like that, but just in the context of the film, she does express these wants to do other things outside of just being a mother, and how she expresses how hard being a mother is. So I think it would have been such a more interesting and well put together story if that was just the basis of it, you know, that struggle between them. But we get a bunch of, I don't even want to say side plots, we just see like happenings of the AI happening, like with the nude photo, and there's like weird AI videos that she shows the little kid, weird creepy happenings, and then the whole thing about the company that are like mind controlled by Aya. It's like too many ideas are added to the film that there's no good central story, and I want a good central story. You can have subplots, like you can have a lot of stuff going on, but nothing's fleshed out enough to warrant it being a good film. And when Imaginary came out, Possessed by Horror made a film. I love Possessed by Horror. She made a video talking about how she felt Imaginary was written by AI. And I did not see Imaginary, but there were moments of this where I was like, are they going to try to say parts of this were written by AI to like prove that AI is taking over? Because the boyfriend character that shows the nudes to everybody and the boss of the husband, both of their characters were comedically poorly written. The boss, literally, all of his conversations are just about money. I feel like every sentence that he says is about wanting money, getting money, having money, something just about money. And I'm like, we get that he's greedy, but that character was fucking crazy. And the boyfriend character was such a shallow dick that I was like, it's not even believable that he would get a girlfriend because of the way that he's acting. It was like comedically poorly written, and I don't even know if it's poorly acted. I think it was just like what they were doing and saying. I was like, this is actually crazy. To then loop all the way back around to how I felt initially. For what the movie is, an AI that takes over this family and like controls people, it's bad. It is very bad. However, I gave this movie 2.5 stars because I was watching it almost in a comedic way. It's almost like so bad it's good because like those characters I just mentioned, it's so silly. It's so silly and laughable. Even the parts that are supposed to be very sentimental, like when Aya is trying to emotionally tug at the mother, she literally makes an AI rendering of the mother's father and puts it on the TV and has it talk to her. I was like dying. It was so stupid. It was so stupid. It was like a 5-minute scene of them having these interaction of the mom and her dad on the TV screen that's been dead. And like, I'm like, girl, you are smarter than this. Like, unplug the fucking AI. It was just so many of it was so stupid. And then the people that she had working for her that were like masked had like weird emoji faces screens on them. Like, that was just silly. Like, I don't understand. And at the beginning as well, the like weird emoji people are said to just be on the screen. So I was like, oh, so it's like an AI killer. Like, there's gonna be somehow some weird technical killer that isn't in the physical world, but it's like in the computers, in the technology. But no, it's actually real people, and it's just them in weird TV masks that have weird emoji faces on them. It was so silly and stupid, and it could have been so good. It could have been so good if you let me reboot it. I'm ready to reboot it. Because have the story focused around the mother. It needs to just focus around the mother. And I know we're having a lot of mother... Like, I know that Night Bitch is coming out later. There's the whole movie with Brandy coming out. There's a lot of movies centered around motherhood right now, and I get that. But that was the most interesting and pivotal plot point. And I feel like it would have still achieved the message that the movie wanted to achieve of that technology is controlling us as a society. And I feel like it would have been more effective because I'm sure that there's a lot of relationships and families where mothers feel like a lot is put on their plate. And being a mother is fucking hard. I don't want kids ever because, at least at this point in my life, because it's so much work and time and energy and money. So I'm sure it's hard as shit. So I wouldn't blame that mother for feeling that way in the film. And then having it turn into this horrific view of what happens when AI does rule the family and how AI would kick the mother out of the family and then she has to fight for her old life back and fight for her family back and fight against the AI. Like, it would have been such a better movie and it would have gotten the same points that they wanted to get across. And it would have gotten rid of all the other shit that didn't make sense. I feel like it wasn't fully fleshed out, and I don't know why I'm surprised, but I just wanted more from this movie. And Lord Blumhouse, count your fucking days, because I don't even know how many more of y'all movies I want to see. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of AfrAId. Do you think Blumhouse is over? Are they done? Are they kaputs? Because they're on some thin ice. I'm not even a fan of really any of their franchises. I was of Insidious, but that last Insidious movie was so bad. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a great time, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.